to our species that sets us off the most from other species. But Thomas Aquinas in the 13th century said, one human being can do more evil than all the other species put together. When I read this, I almost fell out of my chair, and I felt so proud. My back went, wow, we're outstanding. We're good at something. Now, how did he, 700 years before Hitler, Stalin, and Pol Pot, know that one human being could do more evil than all the other species put together? Because he understood the power of our creativity. This is what they mean by being made in the image and likeness of God. We're very close. We do these amazing things. And this is where we get in our deepest doo-doo and our deepest potential for cleaning things up. It is our creativity. With our creativity, we can make gas ovens, which we've done, and we can make atomic bombs and drop them, which our country's done, and nuclear bombs and delivery systems, blah, blah, blah. So I think we have to spend a lot more time on creativity, in this next, millennium. I think it should be part of all education, Creativity 101, and including evil. We should have classes on evil. We should be studying evil. And how are we misappropriating our creativity? In the book I wrote on evil, I did a lot of reading for it, and the best book I read was by I forget his name, of course, right now, a Jewish psychologist, Erich Fromm, The Anatomy of Human Destructiveness. Very powerful. And there's this one line in there that I'll never forget. It summarizes so much. He says, necrophilia grows. Necrophilia, love of death, preoccupation with death. How can we kill the most people? Necrophilia grows when biophilia is stunted. Biophilia, love of life. So I think this suggests to me anyway, every night when you go to bed, you should say, what seeds of biophilia did I plant today? Because it's like we have a choice. We can go the path of necrophilia, which is a path we're on. It's suicidal. We can go the path of biophilia, but it takes many choices. You got to work at it. You got to plant the seeds. You got to do it. You got to demonstrate, especially to the next generation, that biophilia matters, that love of life matters. That's what it's about. And without that, we slip into necrophilia, which is the basis of all evil.
I think we have to demonstrate, I agree with everything you said. I think we have to demonstrate to the next generation. I think we also have to demonstrate to the earth herself, to say, not with our words, but with everything that we're doing, we actually love you and we are sorry for what we've done, and we're going to pick up this asphalt now. Okay. I think we also, and this is very important for from indigenous points of view, we have to demonstrate this for our ancestors. Our ancestors are watching us now, right in our DNA, right inside. There's all of this is an encapsulation of history. So each one of us is the encapsulation of all the history of life on this planet and probably before this planet, and it's waiting for us to act forward. Tell you a quick story about DNA. When I had 3 daughters, when my first daughter was about to go to college, she said, I want to go to Virginia State University. At the time they lived in Virginia. Virginia State's an historically black college. It's one of the good ones, not one of the ones I believe that should be shut down, but one of the good ones. And she gets an in-state credit. So I said, okay. And it doesn't matter whether I say okay or not, because I told my kids when they were very young, be very smart, get scholarships like I did. I'm not putting any money into your college education. And all 3 of them put themselves through school. So, second daughter going to school, 3 years later, I'm going to Virginia State. It's like, you're living in Florida. There are good schools in Florida. You can go to my alma, go to Clark University, you can go to Boston University, you can go anywhere you want to go. I'm going to Virginia State. Third daughter, I'm going to Virginia State, and I'm like, I freak out. It's kind of, what? That's it. There's like, what, 12,000 colleges in America? Pick another one, And come to find out, and I didn't know this at the time, I didn't learn this until her sophomore year, that all of my family went to Virginia State. I didn't know it. My mother never told me. The buildings on campus are named after people in my DNA line. My daughters were taking courses with their cousins. At the time I found this out, I was in the hospital. One of my cousins calls me to pray for me, okay? And I mentioned my daughter in Petersburg, Zainab. She says, she's upstairs right now. She was renting a room from her cousin, okay? Now, their DNA knew it.
Amazing.
Okay, but, and so, there's also a story in this region about a group of Native Americans that started building a longhouse. They hadn't done anything like this for 100 years or more. And somebody was interviewing them saying, why did you choose now to restart the tradition of building a longhouse? And he said, our teenagers got together and they're starting to sing songs. And the songs that they're singing, the oldest people in our tribe remember those songs, these are the songs that their grandfathers were teaching. So that song was held inside their DNA and ready to come forward. So we've got all the answers inside of us. We just need to unlock it. And I need to get smarter about what's in my DNA line and begin the process of seeing this energy that's all around us, and honoring the ancestors, which allows it to come forward, and honoring the earth, which allows it to come forward, and honoring the divine energy, which allows it to come forward. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in the Middle East, their view of history is a caravan, like a caravan of camels. But the ancestors are in front. They're leading us. They're not the caboose.
Right, right.
They're leading us. So then they're pretty subtle. But
that's right.
Your family story there at college is pretty darn telling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.